It was recording before.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, guess who I ran into today? I ran into Hey Souls,
Souls.
right? Hey Souls is a bespoke shoemaker out of the city of Lagos. He makes wonderful, wonderful shoes. Um, the reason why I decided to have this chat with him today, this impromptu chat with him today, is because he's going to be facilitating some of the sessions that we're going to be having in an event that we are planning for the month of November. It's titled the Footwear Trade and Technology Online Summit. Jesus is going to be one of our facilitators, and I'll let him talk about some of the giveaways that he'll be giving out during that event. But first of all, introduce yourself. Jesus.
So my name is Ridwan Ayodejigi. So I'm the CEO of ASOS Bespoke Shoes. So we make custom shoes made specially made for our clients, specially designed for our clients. And I've worked in the shoe factory before as a shoe designer. I've also learned from various masters. I've learned from online. I've learned from physical classes. I went to the Footwear Academy, ABBA, and learned at the Kafara training program. And I've learned online, especially from him. I lasted my first shoe with this video, which was very amazing. And I still use that method till today.
Thank you very much. This isn't the first time he's telling me that story, and every single time he says that story, it gladdens my heart, right? It's always interesting to find people who have picked up some of the things that you put down and are utilizing it, and it's making an impact in their lives. I get a lot of flack for my heavy reliance on online training, right? I get a lot of people tell me that it doesn't work. He is proof positive that it does work. And in the course of your first intervention, you said you've learned at the Footwear Academy. Anyone out there who knows Bentley Chooks and Chidinma Modi of the Footwear Academy, tell them we want to see them at the Footwear Trade and Technology Online Summit. I'll try and get a letter across to them to be with us. They are pioneers, really. I think they are pioneers.
Amazing people.
They deserve to be given their flowers,
Yeah.
right? They are pioneers in footwear training in this country. So you've attended the Footwear Academy.
Yep.
You've also trained. You were a shoe designer
Yeah.
at FAMAD,
Yes.
and you've also received some, hands-on training from established masters in the trade in the country.
Yes, exactly.
That means you have an all-round 360 degrees experience
Yeah.
about what the needs of the industry are.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us, in a nutshell, what do you think is the most pressing need of shoemakers in Nigeria today?
It's regards training.
All round.
All around, well, generally, because about shoemaking, I think we need more structures into shoemaking. Yes, in the way we pass the knowledge out to people, we need more structure so that it will give people confidence and we'll be able to represent well in the international market. So we need more structure, organized structure in the way we pass that knowledge to people.
When you talk about structure, what do you really mean? Do you mean an established curriculum of what people should know at a particular time? Because let me tell you a story, right?
Yeah.
Or not a story, let me tell you something that happens to me at least 5 times every year.
Yeah.
I have at least 5 people every year get across to me to say, look, I have been enrolled in a shoemaking training as an apprentice under a master, and I'm not learning anything. Either they are saying the man knows how to make shoes, but he doesn't know how to teach,
Yeah.
or they say I'm just there, he's not teaching anything, I'm just watching, I can't understand what's going on. Is that the kind of structure we're talking
Yeah, that's the kind of structure I'm talking of because I've also been to a training whereby I know that this person is very good, but passing the knowledge is not there. And I think that the old school method of passing knowledge, whereby apprentices just stand and watch, no explanation, no structured explanation, like explaining everything to them, giving them reasons why they should do this, and making them have deep understanding is not there. And we need to structure. That's kind of structure I mean, so that people will not just be complaining. I've also had that issue that I organized an online training, and somebody actually wrote the testimony. I posted it online. He said that what he has learned from me in just a few minutes online training she didn't learn it in years with a master. So that's what I mean, and it affects the structure. It gives people lack of confidence. They feel shoemaking is very very difficult and they can never get it. I think some master makes them feel like shoemaking is hard, probably because they took a lot of years before they learn it. So they don't know how to pass that knowledge to people, to simplify it for them, to make them understand it. So I think if you have better understanding of the shoemaking itself, we'll be able to structure how to pass it to people and let people understand that shoemaking is diverse. If you want to go into the bespoke, you go into the bespoke. If you want to go into the manufacturing, you go into the manufacturing. It's two different things. There are two different kind of people. So if you are doing bespoke, you know the kind of videos, you know the kind of class you want to go to, you know the details about bespoke. You don't just want to say I'm a bespoke shoemaker when you don't really studying about the foot anatomy. You don't really want to learn how to make shoe last or shoe mold. Bespoke is not just by name.
Has to be
It has to
really
be
bespoke.
bespoke, custom. It takes time before to learn the knowledge. And even as a bespoke shoemaker, I'm still learning more knowledge. I'm still trying to grow. But if you want to be a true bespoke shoemaker, what are you doing to learn? You need to let people understand. So you can't just say, okay, come into my class, I'm teaching bespoke, and you just teach them some rough things and you call that bespoke. It has to be structured. You have to be passing the right knowledge to people. So sometimes I feel like the people teaching self, I don't maybe they don't understand what a bespoke is, or maybe they are holding the knowledge I don't understand. So we need people to really pass knowledge the right way.
Structured knowledge.
Yes.
Much of what is called footwear training in our country is just the recycling of trauma. Much of what we call footwear training is just masters ensuring that the same wahala they faced to learn this trade, that they pass it on to the apprentice. And then the apprentice come out of that experience and says, when it is my time, they go here. I don't think it's necessary, right? Success is being able to make the world a better place. If something took you 6 years to learn and you can pass it on to someone in 6 months, both you and that person would have been successful. That's what it is. And I think, being able to do something is different from being able to teach it.
Yep.
There are a lot of people who can teach, and if you're out there and you're watching and you have that skill, you have that calling, you have that inner, temperament to be able to pass on the knowledge of shoemaking in a structured, step-by-step way, where people can actually, and I guess what you mean by structure is that, look, a system where the person knows that, look, if I stay with you for 2 weeks, I'm going to learn X, Y, and Z.
Exactly.
If I extend that my 6 months or by another 6 months, I will learn W, whatever. You are sure of what the outcomes are.
Yeah, exactly.
So a systematized curriculum actually needs to be developed.
Yeah.
It exists, but not many people are following it. So I think this is our clarion call to the industry, to the shoemaking associations, people who have actually been through some structured training. Bring up stuff, put your courses out online, and help out the industry. You spoke a lot about bespoke shoemaking.
Yep.
And I was having that conversation with you in the car,
Yep.
and I was saying that, look, as far as I'm concerned, it is the bespoke artisanal. Let's not call it bespoke really,
Yeah.
because there is also the between bespoke and manufacturing. There is the in between. There is the one that you are not really taking all of that pain to make it. This one shoe belongs to this one.
Yes, exactly.
But it's made to order. There is some refinement to it. I believe that is where the strength of our nation, our country, lies. We have a lot of young people, and there are a lot of people outside our shores who have the purchasing power to buy shoes if they are very well made. And we have passionate young people here who can actually fill that gap. And I think we should train them well enough to be able to fill that gap.
Exactly.
We can't complain that they are scammers if we are not training them not to be scammers.
Exactly.
So I think it is something that we really need. Structured training, encouraging these people. And if you're out there and you can also sponsor training for young people, do that as well. There are people like Jesus. There are people like myself. I've been doing it, like I said, for the past 10 years. And he says he's a beneficiary on some of the things that we did. And I know also that there are quite a number of people who are beneficiaries of the things that he is still doing. All right. And that's actually why I said that those guys from the Footwear Academy actually need to be given their flowers.
Yes,
I've seen
yes.
many people who can talk to us
Yeah,
about your experience with the Footwear Academy.
the Footwear Academy, it's a place. That's why I said shoemaking should be something that's made easy and make interesting for people. I was always eager to go to class at the Footwear Academy. The teachers, my tutors, well experienced, young, you know, they communicate with you. They make you feel like shoemaking is interesting. They make you want to know more. So Footwear Academy is a very organized place. I love the way they teach. They open my eyes to a whole lot of things in the shoemaking industry, and I still remember them today, and I really appreciate them. Very great place to be.
Excellent, excellent. So again, and they are still functioning, right? They are in Aba.
Yes, Footwear
So
Academy
those
about.
of you in the east, if you can find yourself, and I think it's not free training, right? Don't always be looking for free stuff, right? It's not free training, but and this they did not pay us to do this. He went to the Footwear Academy, so he just giving a shout out to his former school, and and I think, and I've heard about the Footwear Academy, and I think they have a good structure that is not just passing along trauma, but creating craftsmen who can be worthy of the name. Yeah. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just ran into him and I said, let's have this impromptu interview to at least intimate you guys about what is coming up in November. And then he has graciously agreed that some of the very first people who register for the Footwear Trade and Technology Online Summit will have the opportunity of getting a free online training.
Yes,
from his
yes, and mentorship.
Yes.
So you can always, after you join the online training, you can always send me personal message if you have any issues, ask questions. I'll always be available.
Excellent. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see the links to register in the description or wherever you're watching it in the bio, wherever you see it. Just register, and looking forward to meeting you in November 29th and 30th of November, the Footwear Trade and Technology Online Summit. Facebook, Jesus, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for coming online.
Yeah.
God bless you. Thank you very much.
Yes, nice meeting you, sir.
Excellent. Thanks. Peace.